I said I'll cut my losses and cry if it hit 86,000. And that's exactly what happened, right? When I checked the account, my losses was about $1.3 million. Here's a proof from one of the exchanges. Looking here, I cut losses of $380,000 on OKX, and then on other exchanges like Binance and BitGet, it's much bigger. I cut losses of over $1 million, totaling 1.9 billion won. Let's analyze what went wrong. It's still correct that here it came out as an ABC with ending, just like this. The sequence worked out exactly as we expected. Even looking back now, that's how it is. Yes, it did come out like that, but naturally, in cases like this match, if it breaks away, about 90% of the time it results in a price correction. Like this. So I thought it would naturally fall to around the 0.5 level and then bounce back, but it broke through the support level and went through a sideways correction, and then the price went up. If I had shorted here, my losses wouldn't have been so big. But as you know, I initially saw this as leading diagonal and entered a short position here. Then additional short position was added here on Binance, so the entry price was almost here. Then where is the bottom of the first support level originally? It's here. I should have took partial profits here, and when it came down, I should have taken full profits here too. Or if I took partial profits and went up, then at the previous high point here, I would have cut losses, resulting in a break-even situation. It would have ended with neither profit nor loss. But this time around I got a bit greedy and wanted more than I should have. I should have done what I always do. So the mistake wasn't that the analysis was wrong, but first I broke my usual principle and didn't took half profit as usual. If I had taken the profit of half position, it would have been neither a profit nor a loss. Second, I traded with more confidence than usual and with a larger C money. These two factors combined resulted in a significant $1.3 million loss. Now this is the losing move. At the very least, I thought I could exit this section and see a profit of about 3 billion won if it went down. But after sideways movement, it just broke through and went up. So right now, I think this area is the A zone. This part briefly showed B, and this is the C zone. So isn't it likely that C wave will naturally emerge as an impulse wave pattern? Looking at the arrangement, it seems almost inevitable that this sequence would form 5 waves. So I think it will go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think this is the third wave. So it fell here at ABC as a result. When it fell to ABC, I took a long position to profit from the upward movement, but the order wasn't executed. And then I noticed it was bouncing back up. So I waited, wondering if it would go up and then fall again. Due to the support zone down here, I placed a long order and waited for the ABC to complete, and the price increased slightly. Since this level wasn't secured, the price went up and then corrected, making me realize, this is the first support zone, which had previously received support here. So I decided to buy here, a bit late. I am currently holding a long position, and naturally, I think there is still one wave left in this pattern. Therefore, the long position entered here would be close here, and after that, I will switch to the short. If I switch to the short position and my prediction was correct, since it was an ABC decline, it will fall back to here. And if my prediction turns out to be wrong, this would be a major third wave. It'll likely fall then rise. Either way, entering a short position here means it's a common profit zone until the first support level, so I'm planning to profit. I'll take a short position and take partial profits. If the price rises, I'll break even with half the profits, but if I take partial profits on the short and a big drop happens, I'll secure a large profit. I am planning it that way. But if it's not ABC and my analysis is completely wrong, it could be a bull market. The bull market that you also desperately want, that will break the previous high, breaking this year's highest price. Then it would look like this. It went up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then a correction came, and wave 5 went up again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will come, and then a correction will follow. So if we go long here, the next bull run would be a big rise that breaks the previous high, right? But it likely won't happen that way, because it's too easy. And since there aren't clear market factors that would push Bitcoin beyond its previous all-time high, I don't think it will happen that way. Based on my analysis, ABC pattern seems correct, so I plan to enter a short position here. Even if I'm wrong, I can still take this much profit, so I'm thinking of going short. However, one risk is that there's a very important resistance level here. It's already met some resistance. It crashed once here, then rebounded, but failed at this point due to selling pressure. And now here, there was slight resistance today, but according to Elliott wave theory, a 5-wave pattern should appear and then drop. After hitting resistance at this peak point and breaking through, will it immediately dump? I don't think so. Typically, when price hits resistance and then correct a little, and when it goes up again and breaks through, a big rise usually follows. So whether that will happen from a support, resistance perspective rather than an Elliott wave perspective is somewhat familiar, but I prioritize wave theory above all else, so I plan to do it that way. Has the 535 already come out and ended things? That's possible, but I don't think the 5-wave pattern has formed yet. From what I've seen, this is one wave, this is another wave, and one more wave needs to form to complete the 5-wave pattern. For this long position I entered, I'll set my stop loss here. Since I viewed this as a completed ABC pattern, if it drops here, I'll take a small loss. To summarize again from the lowest point, it has been rising steadily from 15,000. It rose to around $110,000 in early this year, then had some correction, but anyone can see that correction is over, right? The first adjustment is over. From here to there, even during the last broadcast, I mentioned that I'm considering ABC to be completed. It's not 100%, but ABC, and ABC seemed to appear here too. After the rebound, I expected a correction, then a rise, but that didn't happen. Instead, it moved sideways without price correction and then rose. Anyway, looking at the rise from the bottom again, after the peak came down to the bottom, and observing the rise from the $1,000 mark, it seems like this is wave A, wave B was short, and now wave C appears to be forming. The reason this is wave A is because I drew an ending diagonal for ABC like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this was A, and B moved sideways, and C is rising now. C waves have a high probability of forming in 5-wave patterns, and there are quite a few sections that look like impulses. For example, to me this looks like an impulse wave, and that also looks like an impulse, so I'm thinking there might be one more impulse, and the wave pattern might be completed. So ultimately, I have the thought that ABC might be completed, which is why I entered a long position when the ABC correction came here. Therefore, I set my stop loss based on the analysis that it was ABC, but it might not be ABC. If the price goes beyond this point, I'll definitely cut my losses, and if it rises as expected, I'll take profit right here. So I went ahead and entered a position at this level. The profit and loss ratio is good, and that's why I entered the position. ABC seems complete, and the risk-reward ratio is good. My stop loss line is here, and take profit would be around here. If I calculate this, the stop loss is 0.7. Since the profit is 3 point something, it's about 4.5 to 1. Anyway, the risk-reward ratio is good. If it rises as expected, I'll take profit and simultaneously switch to a short position here. I'll take profit once the wave pattern completes and also profit from the first wave up to this point. So when it comes down, I will take partial profits, only half, and if there is a downturn, I will take profits again here, which will result in a significant gain. If I take half profits but my prediction is wrong and it goes up again, then I will take a partial loss here, but I still made a profit on the other half. Then what I thought was an ABC pattern actually turns out to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern. If you take a long position during the adjustment, it'll surpass the new high $110,000. Why? Because after the correction, an impulse wave formed. So if you buy long when it drops here, next time it will rise and break the new high. But I think it probably won't turn out like this. It's too easy that way. So in my opinion, I think only ABC will complete and then drop. I'll give this possibility more weight. And by this point, it will probably be around the time I return from Dubai. Then I might broadcast again from a bullish perspective, or I might broadcast from a bearish perspective, but I'll decide that based on the wave count at that time. Next month's competition is very, very good. Many participants didn't compete. Looking now, there are only 512 people who made profits. Then, counting from the back, it seems like many people lost money this month. How many people lost? 787 people. So this month's total profit rate is about 40%, technically 39%. 1,299 people participated. First place gets $100,000, and there are other prizes too, plus profit bonuses. It's really good competition to participate.